Hello there.
Well, how are you under a new moon tonight?
Oh, yes, and all the festivities of the space race.
Yes, but are you aware, as Tony Jones told us in 9 News, that there'll be a Gemini meteor belt about 4 a.m.
It'll be earlier than that.
And there could be 4 or 5 shooting stars
right
to be
across
seen.
Your jowl.
Would you care to join me at the Great Divide, like
I couldn't
around
think of anything worse.
up around Kilmore somewhere, away from the city lights?
I'd prefer to be injected with something that, well, I don't know.
I think of going up there with a thermos flask and
No thanks.
a hot cross bun.
Be vile.
Although, you know...
Oh, no, we'd be there all night. Oh, is that it? Is that it yet?
No, Tony says 4 or 5 shooting stars.
You tell me, Phil. You tell me when it's there.
The Gemini meteor belt, Bruce. I can't wait for it.
Belt.
So, but unfortunately...
A lot of seedy people getting around up there in those woods.
Oh, like Perry Vlahos, perhaps.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
The astronomer.
Yes.
He'll be up there pointing his little laser into the sky.
Too much of that going on.
And I'd love to be a part of it. It's going to happen every night this week.
Okay.
So maybe you'll join me later in the week.
Point made, that's it.
Okay. Now, what about the 3 little cute lion cubs, males, born at Werribee Zoo? I'd love people perhaps to name them tonight.
Oh, please.
Oh yes, it'd be cute,
right.
wouldn't it?
Listen, driving in tonight along the Eastern, is that it?
Yes, coming in...
Have we closed for Christmas?
Why?
Is the date the closure of Christmas for today?
Was there no traffic?
It was so easy to get into town.
Oh, yes.
Everything was open.
Yeah, perhaps some people have gone away already, maybe?
Well, I would say so, yes.
2 weeks before Christmas, yes. I think once the VCE results come out, I think a lot of families head to the hills or the beach.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, too.
Yeah.
But it was so easy getting into town.
Well, I'm very happy for you because...
Oh, well, I'm not doing it for any happiness.
It's less stressful, isn't it, if there's no traffic?
Well, it's just less stressful, I know, but you can get in easier, can't you?
Oh, yeah, well, obviously, if there's no traffic.
That's right.
It's going to be faster, but...
And if it's more traffic, it's more stressful.
So, are you on holidays already? 96900 693.
Yes, have you found that the city is closing down? Is it the Christmas break already in your family?
This is Nightline coming to you from Melbourne with Bruce and Phil.
That's right, as opposed to the man who thought he may have been on.
Till midnight. Oh, Mike McCall Jones has done something hilarious. I hope you don't mind, he won't mind me telling you because he'll have egg on his face. This afternoon he sent Stephen Beers, our operations manager, an email congratulating Stephen on the ratings. I said, Mike, they don't come out till tomorrow morning. He said, oh, I thought it was Tuesday already.
Well, why would he do it without figures?
Well, exactly. As I said, it's left him with egg on his face, telling Stephen, well done, great figures.
Unless Stephen Beers has flown to Sydney and said, look what I've done.
No, so anyway, Mike's mortified that he's done.
Well, there's more egg on people's faces than you could poke a stick at.
We've all done that at times, I suppose.
Do you think so much is made of Star Wars, the movie?
Oh, well, I'm not a Star Wars fan.
Every paper you pick up.
I know, it's huge, Bruce. It's a wonderful franchise.
Oh, is it ever?
Yeah, and people can't wait for it to start at 10 past midnight
Well,
or
I
something.
mean, it's as old as the hills. It's about 50 years old, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
And they're talking about the birth of the Jedi and the birth of Han Skywalker and all that.
Force be with you. I met Mark Hamill on one occasion. The boy who was only a boy then in Star Wars, way back early on.
And who else was in it? There was Eddie Fisher's daughter.
Carrie Fisher and I think Sir Alec Guinness.
Yes, he was.
Yes, I've never been into Star Wars.
No, I haven't either. I don't like any space story at all.
No, it's very boring and very hard to follow normally. But, you know, boy, you can't deny the following. The main toys this Christmas will be Star Wars toys.
Indeed they are, and those great long, what do they call those?
Oh, the Force be with you, you know, those swords.
The lightsaber?
I've got one of those. They're
What
great
for?
fun. Oh, just to play with Oro and, you know.
What for?
Just to play with the dog.
What, next to the poker machine and the 44?
Oh, Bruce, you are a dogger, buddy.
Baby.
Buddy.
The law is after you.
You're talking about Hilda, my next-door neighbour. I see no evil, know no evil, and hear no evil.
Now, I'd like you to list some of the best sequences in movies. I've put a lot into this tonight.
Yes?
I've worked darn hard.
Why didn't you ring me and I would have done a list?
No need for lists. Some of the best sequences in movies. Earlier tonight, I saw the opening of U.S. Marshals.
Yes.
With Tommy Lee Jones.
All right.
Do you remember the crash?
I don't think I ever saw the movie.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah, I know you loved it.
What was his name? Dr. Kimball?
Is it the story of the fugitive?
Yes, U.S. Marshals.
Oh, I'd love that.
The U.S. fugitive gets away, and he's played by...
Well, in the TV series, David Jansen.
Yes, in the TV series. But in the movie, played by Harrison Ford.
Oh, yes, as he was in Wrongly Accused.
That's right. And after him is Tommy Lee Jones in one of the best roles of his life. Now, the plane crash was one of the best sequences I saw half an hour ago.
Yes.
It not only goes through the tarmac, it goes through roads, a ravine, a river, telegraph poles, and finally into the river where Tommy Lee Jones starts the journey. It's a fabulous sequence.
Very realistic, isn't it?
Oh, is it ever?
It's like you're on board the plane almost.
Oh, it's fabulous.
Yeah, I must get that out and have a look at that.
Gee, it's a great movie.
Yeah, you've raved about that before.
Yeah,
U.S. Marshals.
I love it. I love Tommy Lee Jones.
I know you like his work. You're very Tommy Lee Jones yourself.
Am I?
Oh, there you are, yes.
I think I was a marshal. I think I would have been a sheriff.
Yeah. More likely in a previous life, a fugitive.
No, I would have. I'd have got my man, and he wouldn't have got away with murder. He wouldn't have got away with anything.
Well, I've been getting away with murder for 25
I know
years.
you have,
How
but
come?
eventually, with your Star Walker's Star Band, your 45 Magnum, and your gambling machine, it's all coming to an end.
I'll come unstuck, yes. I know.
You are.
You'll come and visit me in Beechworth or something.
And now you're starting to feed magpies. The end is nigh. Past 10, 3AW. Roger, good evening.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, Rod.
Phil, have you got a Glock or a Colt or a Smith and Wesson there at the pad?
No, it's an air gun. It's really like a water pistol, really.
Right.
You know.
Bruce suggested it was a 44 Magnum.
I think it might be closer to that.
Like a Dirty Harry gun, perhaps, Roger.
Yeah, well, that's a Smith and Wesson 44 Magnum. But anyway, I'll digress from that.
Yes.
Now, these male little tiger cubs that were born,
Yes.
can we give them some English names?
Well-
You know, like Bruce, Phil, and Roger. How would that sound?
That's great, Roger.
Well, this is Bruce, Phil, and Roger, because half the kiddies who go to the zoo can't read the names and don't understand the names of like little, elephants. You know, Umboto and all these strange names. But, they can't. They'd say, "Oh, that's Bruce, that's Phil, and that's Roger."
Yes.
What do you think?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I love the idea.
All the African names mean nothing to the kids, do they, Phil?
And sometimes they're Thai names or Malaysian names.
Yes.
No, Roger, you're on to something there.
No, you are, Roger. There's no doubt about that. And there's a link with our own community, isn't there?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, Roger, thanks so much. Billy, good evening.
Hello, my name is Barbara. What's your name, boy? Hello?
Yeah, Billy.
How do you know it was me?
Because your name's on the screen.
Bruce,
Yes, Billy.
have you seen this movie? If you haven't, I'm going to tell you something now. You want to get off your backside and get it, mate. Everybody's bragging about it.
Yeah.
I'll spell it out to you. M-A-C-K-S.
Max.
It's about a dog.
Oh.
Everybody reckons it's really supposed to be really good, and then kids can watch it. And I was told there might be one or two bits of swearing in it, I think. That's what they were saying. And they said you'll really enjoy it, and you'll have tears come out of your eyes.
Yeah, mostly you do with these doggy stories.
I haven't heard of Max.
That's the name of it's about a dog.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not going to give too much away,
No, of course not.
but people won't buy it. And if anybody's out there, get the movie. It's on DVD and Blu-ray.
Right.
Okay.
The best movie I bought so far is Kingsman.
Yes.
It's got, who's in it? Oh, geez, I can't remember the names of them now. There's 3 guys in it.
You haven't got the box yet, have you?
A bun?
Have you got the box here? You can read from the box.
No, I've
The
got
cover.
them all in my room,
Oh.
in my TV cabinet. And another one is The Railway Man.
Yes.
Oh, Nicole Kidman's in that.
Oh, that's a good film.
That is a real good film.
Very good film.
But you got to really sit there and watch it. You can't move.
No, that's right.
you're missing a lot of it. The funniest one I've seen is Ted 2. But they ain't let the kids watch it, Phil.
Oh, right.
I mean, Bruce.
Yes, Ted's the little bear, isn't it? The crude bear.
Yeah, because there's a lot of swearing.
Yeah, I know.
No, it wouldn't appeal to us.
No, bad.
All right, thanks for your choice, Billy.
All right, Billy, must look out for Max. I haven't heard of that.
That's a new one to me.
The dog story.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Be very appealing.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Like to give it to me for Christmas, Bruce?
No. Chris, good evening.
Good evening, Bruce, and good evening, Phil.
G'day.
I saw a movie too. It's a movie night tonight. For the second time I picked it up at the library. I liked it the first time. Last Chance Harvey with Dustin Hoffman and Emma Thompson.
What's that about?
It's a love story sort of thing. It's a good little movie.
All right, Last Chance Harvey.
It would be with those two, and they wouldn't do any rubbish, would they?
No, they would not.
No, and I saw Dick Van Dyke's 90 to Bruce.
Yes, celebrating in Disneyland tonight, and they loved him.
Yes, Bruce. Have you had your chimney swept lately?
What's that got to do with? Oh, of course, with Tim Chimchurri, yes, yes, of course.
Good one,
Santa's
Chris.
coming, you know. Ho, 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 ho.
All right, all right.
Okay, Chris, thanks for calling. Dick Van Dyke is ageing very gracefully. I tell you who's looking old. I saw him interviewed the other night, Robert Redford. He was really looking his
Oh,
age.
yes, I saw him in that new movie that he's out in.
Yes.
The 60 Minutes expose on
That's right.
on the TV show.
And baggy under the eyes and puffy and
Very, yes, the aging of actors.
almost a Botox look about
It's a good
him.
topic, isn't it? You know, who ages, who doesn't.
Yes, yes, I think he should stay behind the camera and not go back on the screen
Well,
again.
you tell him, matey.
I'd rather remember him as he was, you know?
Tell him, matey.
Back in the days of Butch Cassidy, Bruce.
You tell him, matey.
Buddy, if I get the chance, I will.
You know very well you won't. You're all talk. 24 past. Okay, who's the chick with Frank? $50,000.
Can I have a guess? I think it might be Nancy, his daughter, who recorded something stupid with him.
Who is it?
That, with Frank Sinatra, from her new Christmas CD, is Kylie Minogue.
Oh, really?
Yes. This is a wonderful Christmas album.
Isn't that fabulous?
Those big orchestras, those great Christmas classics, some new songs in there as well, but that duet with Frank is just wonderful.
They're all doing duets, aren't they?
Yes.
With Elvis and Roy Orbison
Yes.
and
It's a
Elvis and Nat King Cole.
Yes, doesn't matter if you're dead, you can still do a duet, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, how interesting is that?
It's a great album. Kylie's Christmas album.
Sounds terrific
She's
to
done
me.
well.
And, of course, Tony Bennett's doing a lot of stuff with Lady Gaga.
Okay,
these days.
Chris, good evening.
Okay, fellas, how are you?
Chris.
You know, I made reference to Dustin Martin from Richmond Football Club last week.
Yeah.
People have got to take other things into consideration, particularly the media, that if there are indictable charges laid against any particular person of such nature as what we speculate to have happened, it could be a person has the right, like I did back in November 2011, to plead not guilty on the grounds of either self-defence or the other person could be regarded as the aggressor and the matter might be struck out and the person in question could be acquitted. And a person also can plead not guilty because of all the media hype and blame game and saying this particular sports star done this and done that and done this, and he could plead not guilty on the grounds on miscarriage of justice because he's actually been doomed, pinned against a wall, you know, and flogged to death before he's had his day in court. So people have got to really take it into consideration. I really have to have a shot at the media. The media keep grabbing these people outside courtrooms and outside police stations and outside football clubs and asking questions that they know they can't answer back because they're told, no matter, just keep your head, well, I was told at times, keep your head held high and don't say nothing, and in the due course of the process that's before them, you know, all the particulars will come out, and then the media will find out, yes, that other person was the aggressor. Oh, we named and shamed and blamed this guy, and we thought he was the dark end of the tunnel, but it all comes out in the end. So that's all people have to consider. And the only thing I can say is that this Wednesday night I've been asked to play a leading position in my pool team from the Footscray Hotel. We play against one of the other teams from the Footscray Hotel, where one of the particular other players from the other side is one that's been targeting me over the last 2.5 years on this radio station. So now I'm going to keep a level head.
I'm hoping there's not much sledging and all that, even though I'm going to have to put up with it, and I might have to lead the side as a caretaker captain. But I'm just hoping that if Sergeant Bob is listening from Bravo, please, look, if there's any problems, I'll ring you, Sergeant Bob. You can come and pick me up and put me in the holding cells for a few hours, so I don't get myself into trouble at this vital time of the year, because I want to celebrate Christmas too.
All right, okay, we'll leave it at that, Chris. Thank you for your call and a very Merry Christmas. Hope it all works out for you.
Yes, we gave you a chance to make your point.
27 to 11. Mavis, good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Look, just your thoughts. Have you found that ID is needed for many more transactions these days than they used to be?
I think you're right, yes.
You know, what seem just, you know, of course, things change.
Yes.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry, I sound nervous, but look, I'm a pensioner, and I'd hardly be into money laundering.
No.
Yeah, and the other thing is that next year, isn't it, where it's $1 stamp? Do you think I'll need to take ID with me?
I think you might. and listen, a loan, Mavis, a loan.
I'm not the only one. Seems a bit too much at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, no, well, thank you for listening.
All right, my
anyway.
love, and I think if you hold the line, we'll get a Bataki mini easy cut ham for your Christmas day.
Well, that's cheered me up quickly.
I don't want you to miss out this Christmas. Get your Bataki today, and I want you to hold the line.
Yes.
And Ken will be with you as quickly as possible.
Yes, thank you, Bruce.
Please hold on,
Yes,
Mavis.
I will.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
Mavis.
Christmas, Mavis.
Thank you.
A nice cheery call from a lovely lady.
Yes. Yes, ring more often, Mavis, please.
Queenie, good evening.
Good evening, boys. Now, you're talking about older actors. Well, this morning on the morning show, I saw Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Well, didn't he look terrible?
Oh, yeah?
Does he ever?
Oh, Bruce, what about the glasses?
Oh.
And the red hanky and the... Oh, God. I thought, you ugly-looking creature.
Well, I don't know about that, but a face like a chamois.
Oh, it was terrible. It was the best thing you ever done was bring that up, and I thought of him straight away. Because he was in a lot of good films when he was younger.
Yes, he was in those road shows.
Cannonball Run and things like
on
that.
On the road shows.
Yes, well, that wasn't what I was ringing about. I'm ringing about Star Wars. Now, the first one that ever come out, I took my grandson Tim over to Chadston and saw it. I don't know. I'm like you, Bruce. I'm not interested in that, you know, stars and loads. No, couldn't even tell. But anyway, I was in Aldi's store this morning, and there was another lady and I going to the same place, and it was the books on Star Wars.
Right.
Now, I said I was looking for one for my great-grandson,
Yes.
Joshua,
Yeah.
and she was looking for one for her grandson, who was 33.
Crikey!
Yes, and you're talking about everybody. Well, the kids are going with their dads too, and their dads love it, and they dress up too.
That's right.
And I had those Star Guns in Coles today.
Yeah.
They were about $10.
Right.
You know, you put a battery in them, I suppose.
Yeah, I know.
But I thought, you know, you were talking about Star Wars, and I was thinking how funny it was that my grandson loved the Jedi.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what he does. I think he's a general or something
That's
in
right, yes.
the army.
Yes.
And she was looking for something, but she got hers and I got mine, my book. So I thought that was funny. I was for the great-grandson getting them, and I'd taken my grandson to the first Star Wars, and she was talking about her grandson, who was 33.
Isn't that
and
amazing?
she was buying him another type of book, the Star Wars book, but they had about 3 different kinds, and also they had a thing that you could make something like Lego, but it wasn't Lego.
No.
But anyway, I think Star Wars, I wouldn't give it yard room.
No, I wouldn't give you 2pence for it, but although I must admit, I did take my son, my eldest son, to see one film we both enjoyed, based on space, and that was E.T.
Oh, yes, that was gorgeous.
Because it was
wasn't
a lovely story, wasn't it? It wasn't
Yes.
space-oriented, nor did
right.
they land on a planet and go looking for galaxies far, far away.
No.
It was like to Earth. This lovely character arrives on Earth.
You'd have to be very hard-hearted not to love E.T.,
Yes,
that's for sure.
It was beautiful, wasn't it?
yes.
What was the song from it? That Neil Diamond song?
From E.T.?
September Morn, wasn't it? Thank you, Ken.
Pretty song, yeah.
Very good memory there, right off the quote.
Oh, well, you know, he works with Mike Brady. He knows a lot about music.
No, he feeds magpies. Richard at Rye. Hello, Richard.
Rich, you still there? Speak to us.
Are you there, Richard?
No, I think we'll move on.
Peter, good evening, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned sequences in movies you liked in the start of the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I reckon pretty much any car chase, they're always, exciting to watch. I like the freeway chase in the Matrix Reloaded movie. You've seen that one?
What was the film?
The Matrix Reloaded.
Oh,
the second
yeah.
of the Matrix movies.
Oh, wow, that was great.
Yeah, and the original Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yes, I saw
I
that.
loved it. Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the car sequences, the chase sequences, you can't do better than that with some of the best sequences in movies.
A couple of old ones you'll enjoy, Peter. One would be The French Connection, and the other would be Bullet.
Yeah,
very
Bullet's a very good one.
Very
Yeah, I like that Bullet one.
Okay.
Hold on for a chook there, Peter. We're going to... No, not a chook, a ham. A Bataki mini easy-cut ham.
Thanks, guys.
Would that be good for you?
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Thanks.
All right, now don't hang up, for heaven's sake. Don't miss out this Christmas. Get your Bataki today. They're the best in the world. And melt in your mouth. Hold the line now.
Congratulations, Peter.
Don't hang up. Gigi, good evening.
Hello, boys.
Hi, Gigi.
You're giving away chooks now, are you?
Yeah, maybe.
That sounded very funny.
Uh-huh.
And I was interested in Sky Wars, and that was the film, wasn't it?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Sorry, Star Wars. But I know a family where they're all interested in Star Wars, from the sort of young 20s right through to the 50s. They're all interested in Star Wars. And the one son-in-law and his wife go to some of those Comic-Con conventions.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And yes, they've met some of the people and had photos taken, and they dress up, and they love it. They absolutely love it. That's how I know about it, because I see their status updates on Facebook.
There is a huge convention, isn't there, that go along with the Star Wars Space Invaders type convention.
Exactly, and as I said, that they've got friends that they meet there that dress up in costumes.
That's right.
And they sort of buy all the various bits and pieces, and yeah, they get together and sort of have battles and what have you. And it's quite amazing how involved they are. I'm not. I mean, Star Wars, yes, I've seen it, but I haven't really got involved to that extent.
No, and you know, people into Star Trek, they are equally enthusiastic. They're
But
Trekkies.
a lot of them, Gigi, get dressed up in those weird outfits and makeup and hairstyling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, there are some that I wouldn't have minded sort of back in the 70s.
No.
Because a boyfriend of mine got me into Star Trek, and I hadn't really been involved in that, but then I started watching it, and I really liked Star Trek.
That's right.
And some of those costumes were amazing.
You're a Trekkie.
Yes, and sort of having done dressmaking over the years, I was fascinated with the way the costumes were put together.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice to be able to get some patterns and perhaps make something.
Yes.
But I'm a bit too old now. I've been a little old crone that sits somewhere.
Yes, that's right. Go to Peyton's knitting mills and get a what do they call a fabric, a plan?
Yes, a pattern.
A pattern, thank you.
Yeah, next time we see you, the Dingley International want you to look like Carrie Fisher.
Thank
Gigi.
you, Gigi. Good night to you. And Richard at Rye, good evening.
Yeah, sorry guys, I just kept dropping out up here.
All right.
I did hear you on the radio.
Yeah, we hear you now.
Okey doke. Sorry about that, mate.
Yeah.
I was ringing about what... There was a fellow earlier on tonight. He was talking about the names of the Lions, the new Cub Lions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Yeah. At my wedding, my brother was my best man, and he'd been up in Queensland for quite a while, as in years. And but he remembered all my mates, and I had 4 of my groomsmen were my mates, and he knew them all and all this and that. But anyway, when it come time for him to stand up, he forgot all of their names, and he had to do his little speech, and he went to Harry, Barry, Larry, and Gary, and it just spontaneous. That's how it just came out like that.
Yeah, of course.
And we've still got it, on the videos and things like that.
Yeah, he had like a mental blackout, yeah.
Oh, I don't know, a bit of mental blackout. Might have been a mental champagne blackout.
Oh, really? Oh.
No, he wasn't like that bad, but he just forgot their names and he just went on with the show. What do you call it?
And what were their names? What were the names of your groomsmen?
Keith, Jimmy, Matthew, and, 2 Matthews, actually. Right. One was Matty and one was Matthew.
Ideal names for the Lions. All right, Richard. Good on you, Richard. Thank you.
Yeah.
And very easy to forget, isn't it? The best men and groomsmen and, very special guests.
Oh, yes. I remember on the Mike Walsh show, Mike forgot Renee Gay's name first time she ever appeared. It was
she
very
a groomsman, was she?
No, but she hadn't been on TV before, and he said, here she is, and had a blackout and couldn't think of a name. That happened to you one night in the boardroom at Channel O with...
that's right, without putting too much of a finger on it.
Was it Rhonda Birchmore's name escaped you? Yeah, it happens to all of us. We're only human,
Has it happened to you?
Oh, yes, I'm sure it has.
Well, don't point the finger unless it has.
No, well, I mean, we're all equally at fault, aren't we?
Are you?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Who have you forgotten?
I'm not perfect. I've forgotten your name, Tony.
No, truly.
Barry, I'll have to think about it. It was a stab at humour. I would have gone to a break on that.
Would you? No, he would sense that it's strong or weak.
That's as good as it's going to get.
Well, okay.
Okay. Do you think it's time for a break?
I don't think so. It's 8 minutes to 11. It is the most wonderful time of the year. What is that magic moment on Christmas Day or Christmas itself or Boxing Day or New Year's Eve?
Yes, probably when you wake up and start opening presents together.
Let's not take it from the people's minds. Let's get them to ring in on that wonderful moment.
Okay. Now, by the way, tomorrow is ratings day. And we wish everybody on the station the best of luck, and there'll be very interesting figures this time.
96900 the most wonderful time of the year. What is that time? When is it? Is it just before the great knife goes into the pork or the ham?
Yeah.
Or the turkey is brought out?
For me, it might be midnight mass, I think.
Hello again. This is John Doremus with a passing parade of the story of the heroism of a Negro regiment which fought for the North in the American Civil War. The Negro members of the 54th Massachusetts Regiment had few supporters on either side of the conflict. Southerners swore to butcher them like dogs. Northerners generally held them in contempt. Few believed they had the will to fight, and the formation of a colored regiment was condemned as an insult to white soldiers. I'll be back after this message.
Moments you remember, moments you share, you need in peace. In peace. Moments you remember, moments you share, you need in peace.
Early in the American Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln blocked several moves to organize former Negro slaves into volunteer regiments. But on January the 1st, 1863, he issued his Emancipation Proclamation, which, among other things, gave his generals the right to recruit colored units. When plans were laid for the formation of the 54th Massachusetts Regiment, command was given to the 26-year-old Colonel Robert Shaw, a Harvard University graduate. Early in May of 1863, the 54th was ordered to join General Gillmore's force in the Southern Command, which was preparing to attack the Confederate-held Fort Sumter, the principal flanking defense of which was Fort Wagner on Morris Island off the coast of South Carolina. After being landed on the island, the regiment began the 6-mile march to the front, where General Gillmore was disposing the 10,000 troops in his command. As the 54th slogged its way along, Gillmore ordered his massed artillery to open fire on Fort Wagner, which was not actually on the island, but was connected to it by a long spit of sand. Shaw and his men reached the front to be informed that the 54th had been selected to lead the entire force against Wagner. The task that faced them was frightening. Before the assault on the parapets of the fort could begin, the troops had to negotiate the narrow sand spit under concentrated Confederate fire, and then scale a 30-foot slope covered by snipers and artillery. When the big guns of Fort Wagner fell silent, General Gillmore believed they had been knocked out. He was to be proved tragically wrong. It was a little after 7:30 in the evening when the colonel gave the signal to charge. The sand spit that led to the fort was about 3/4 of a mile in length. The attackers advanced swiftly till they were within 200 yards of their target. Then the guns of Fort Wagner broke their silence. The 54th front ranks were wiped out, but urged on by Colonel Shaw, those behind surged forward. 31 of them, including Shaw himself, managed by some miracle to reach the summit of the parapet, only to die there to the last man. Had they been backed up by the rest of the force, they could have taken Fort Wagner. But the rest of the force failed to materialize, having been driven back by the intense Confederate fire. As the 54th took up its position to lead that assault, Colonel Shaw reminded his men that the Confederates had announced they would show no mercy to Negro troops, which meant they must either take the fort or die there. They chose the latter. When General Gillmore subsequently asked the enemy to return Colonel Shaw's body for burial, a Confederate officer sent this reply: "We have buried him with his niggers." Our time is up till we meet again for another chapter in the Passing Parade. This is John Doremus. As always, thank you so much, and goodbye for now.
Bob at Coolaroo.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hi, Bob.
First thing, I'd like to pass on my compliments of the season to you guys and to Ken. Meant to say it to him when I first rang in, but he pushes those buttons very quickly.
Yeah, thank you.
You're talking about the day that you like the best. I think, well, I was in the midst of thinking how wonderful Christmas was and how much I enjoy the carols and how much I enjoy the food. And then I got the contrast with the ad you played for the Salvation Army.
Yes, yeah.
And it rather struck me that I was very privileged to be able to listen to the carols and be able to have all the good food and everything else that goes with Christmas, because there are an awful lot of us that don't get a chance to do that.
That's right.
And it struck me that there must be an awful lot of people out there suffering with the economy being as tight as it is now.
Yes.
And certainly a lot of retrenchments around, and at this time of year it's doubly hard.
Yeah. Yes, certainly a day of contrast, isn't it?
Well, that is because, and then if you look at the true meaning of Christmas, that 2,000 years ago somebody was born to actually try and provide a light to the world. I wonder if some of us aren't walking around with our ears and eyes blinkered the way the world's treating each other at the moment.
Yeah, a lot in that. There's a lot of truth in that.
Yeah, we need to count our blessings, Bob.
There's a lot in that.
Well, I'm sad to see the world actually the way it is at this time of year, when we should perhaps all be stretching out our hand and trying to be more, not sociable, that's the wrong word, but more tolerant of each other, more listening to each other, and perhaps maybe we could get through the world's problems if we did a little less listening and a little more listening rather than a little less yelling at each other.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, words of wisdom there, Bob, and greatly appreciated too, although I must admit, from the amount of rallies that you've seen Father Christmas at, and the raising of money and the gifts and distribution to those not so fortunate, it's been one of the most compassionate Christmas I've known.
Yes, there's a lot of goodwill out there.
No, but you know what I mean?
No, I know, yes. Everybody's being so generous.
There's variety, and there's the Salvation Army, and there's the Uncle Bob's Club, and every day there's a whole influx of people giving to the underprivileged.
People are digging deep.
And so it's greatly appreciated, and if it hasn't been said, let's say it now.
St Vincent de Paul, maybe?
Well, let's not just mention one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, we've mentioned 3 or 4, but there are so many, aren't there? Red Crosses and other.
Okay, Bob, thank you for your call. Rod at Myrtleford.
Yeah, g'day, Bruce. G'day, Phil.
Yes, Rod, hi.
Yes, I've got to tell you, the nephew came home from school this afternoon. He said to me, Uncle Rod, what do you do when your robot gets too fat? I said to him, nephew, what do you do when your robot gets too fat? He said, I put him on a staple diet.
Good one, Rod.
Clever.
And a Merry Christmas to you both. Did you get my card the other day?
I guess we have a backlog. We're going to go through them at the weekend, Rod.
Oh, fantastic. I sent one down to you, the Ken Meister, and Simon as well.
We'll look out for it. Thank you, Rod.
Fabulous. Thank you very much.
No worries. And I've got to say, Phil, my brother Brad Gear at KLFM said that he was talking to Nico the other day, and Nico said he was at the Survivors Club a few weeks ago and caught up with you very briefly.
Yes, we all meet twice a year, Rod, and it's always good to see Nico.
Yep, and he also said that he had a great chance to catch up with Doug Ayton. So apparently Nico and Doug had a great old chat that night. So we couldn't get them on radio, but at least they got together anyway.
Oh, that's even better, Rod. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, fantastic. And
Okay.
I just wanted, again, just to wish you all the best for the new year, and thank you so much for the year and everything you've done for us all. 2 hours is just as good as 4 hours, guys, as long as you're on air.
Oh, you're lovely. Thank you very much, Rod, and all the very best to everyone up Myrtleford Way for a very safe and happy Christmas. And you included there, Rod. Thanks so much. Ruth at South Melbourne. Phil?
Hello, Ruth. What's on your mind?
Boys, how are you? I went into town tonight, and the projections on the town hall are incredible.
Yes,
there were so many crowds. They had barricades. It was incredible.
Yes.
And I mean, you talk about the time of year people look forward to. There's whole new generations of Melburnians who, apart from the Maya windows, are going to look back and say, remember the wonderful projections we had on some of the city buildings.
Yes, yes, they will.
It's so good.
You're so right.
And I agree too, Bruce, with what you're saying, that people have been outstanding in their charitable efforts. And, you know, you've got to look, I know I'm being a Pollyanna again, but you've got to look on the bright side. And even on the Christmas day, the number of organisations that put on breakfasts, morning teas, lunches, all kinds of things all day.
Fabulous.
And it is, because it's an opportunity. I always say, if nothing else, Christmas is an opportunity to thank others.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity to just treat people.
Yes, it is.
And some of the, and I don't mean to be goody two-shoes either, but I did a few little gifts throughout the year to a couple of people in very dire straits, and I got more fun out of it than they did.
Yes, you would
I got
too.
more enjoyment from doing what I did than they did, I'm sure.
Yes, you would.
So it's great, and all I can say is it makes me proud to come from Melbourne.
Yes.
When I see people doing these things and reaching out to others.
Yeah, I think from what you're saying, I think it's Christmas for you all year
Couldn't agree
round,
more,
Ruth.
Ruth, with what you've said. I couldn't agree more.
I do, and I tell you what, I count my blessings. And when I count Bruce and Phil, I count my blessings twice.
Oh, you're a darling.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, love. Thanks for everything you've done and the very kind words tonight.
I love you both. Thank
Okay,
you
love.
so
Thanks
much.
so much, and a very Merry Christmas to you and yours. Quarter past
Christmas, Vivian.
Thank you very much. It's Bruce.
The same to you both, and I'll be on to you before then, I'm sure. And you were asking, Phil and Bruce, you were asking about what would the most important part of Christmas be. Well, I'm with you, Phil. It would be Mass.
Yeah, well, for me personally, yes.
Yeah, well, when the children were younger, we'd bring them on Christmas morning, and I'd bring them right up the front where they could see everything. And I remember one of them asking me when I was explaining what was happening, they said, "What presents is he getting?" And I couldn't say wine.
Of course, yes.
Anyway, that's it. I just thought I'd let you know that.
Cute. Yeah, thanks, Vivian.
Lovely story.
Yeah.
And involving the children, very important element of Christmas, isn't it?
They're so innocent, aren't they?
Thanks, Vivian. Lynn at Box Hill.
Yes, good evening, Bruce and Phil. It's lovely to listen to you every night, and thank you very much for the year again. I'd just like to say for my Christmas, I always enjoy watching the children the Santa's knee down at Westfield, and I can stand there for ages watching that.
What are they doing?
The children sitting on Santa's knee.
Oh,
down at Westfield.
yes.
And some of them cry and some of them don't mind, and, you know, the reactions of them. And that's the highlight of Christmas for me. But this year our Christmas is a wee bit mucked up because we lost a grandfather in the family tonight.
Tonight?
Yes, so I'm the only grandparent left now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So when the children come back from Sydney, you know, we're going to have our Christmas then.
Well, you've got a bit of sad news to tell them too.
Yeah, they know.
All right,
they're going down he lives in Sydney, so
all right,
they're going to arrange all that, and when they come back, we'll have a little bit of a Christmas then, I guess. We just don't know yet, so I'm hoping to see.
A sad Christmas this year for you, yes.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, you know, it's on the other side of the family, but at the same time, it's my grandchildren's grandfather.
Oh, of course.
And, you know, he's as important as what I am to them. And,
Yeah. How old was he, Lynn?
he was the same age as me, 73.
Oh,
so
too
he
young.
wasn't.
Too young.
Yes, he was. And but he has been sick for the last few months. And, you know, just didn't make it. So, you know, at least he's at peace, and that's all we can be thankful for.
Of course, and that's a blessing too.
Yes, that's right. So thank you again.
All right, Lynn, hold on. We'll get you a hamper for Christmas morning, a Hamper World Christmas hamper valued at $100. You can order your Christmas gift hamper now through hamperworld.com.au, and if you hold the line, we will get to you and have that sent.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
And yes, and both you too. I really mean that.
Thank you so much.
Take care, Lynn. Bye.
Please don't hang up. Hold the line now, Lynn. Ken will be with you very soon. Kyra, good evening.
Hello, Kyra.
Hello, Bruce and Phil. How are you?
G'day, thank you.
Bruce and Phil, I would like to thank 3AW News. A bloke by the name of Pat came to my house today. We had a tragedy. My daughter, like you might have seen, I was on the Channel 9 News, Channel 10, Channel 7. We had a tragedy today, Phil and Bruce.
What happened, Kyra?
You might have heard it on the news. My cousin was stabbed at my daughter's house today.
Oh, Kyra. Oh, I'm...
10 o'clock this morning, Bruce and Phil, and I got a knock on the door, and I opened at 3AW, the news people from where you work.
Oh, dear. I'm so sorry.
And with Pat, and I said, please, you're from 3AW News. I need you to say hello to Bruce and Phil for me.
Yes.
It happened this morning at 10 o'clock at my daughter's house.
And how's she doing now?
My daughter, we're all here at my house.
Yeah.
It's a crime scene. We can't go back there at the moment because there's a lot of mess, you know, from my cousin Chris.
Yeah.
Got stabbed there and fighting for his life in hospital, and we're all here, and can't go back at the house at mine. I've been up and down all day, making coffee for.
We'll pray for the best.
You've had a very sad day there today.
Well, it's not good, Bruce and Phil. It's touch and go, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Awful.
But I just want to thank, especially you two, Phil, your friend Peter Hitchner.
Yes.
And I've known him many years, you know, and the one that works with him. They were all out here today, 2 or 3 from 3AW, and I made them coffee and sandwiches, you know, all everywhere. And I just want to thank you because I didn't know. I wonder what they want on the door, but
you didn't deserve that, Cara. No.
I had to be on the news with my daughter and my cousin and.
How frightening! How scary!
So, you know, with all the streets blocked off and...
It's an evil world out there.
It's a lot of thing we got to clean up. It's just one hell of a tragedy, you know. It's
Yeah. Well,
no Christmas for us this year, you know.
we'll pray she pulls
I
through.
don't know what Christmas is. Eh?
We'll pray
I
she
don't know
pulls
what-
through.
I don't even know what Christmas is, Bruce and Phil, now, you know. We were going to go shopping this morning and, you know, it won't be a good Christmas for us because...
We'll try and stay calm, Kyra. It's a very, very unfortunate set of proceedings that is leading up to Christmas, and I'm very sorry.
I'm sure you're surrounded by a lot of love and support,
All
Kyra.
right, Kyra, thank you for your call. Stay strong.
And be positive.
Good night. This 7:30, we're going to try and get some of these Kylie Minogue new Christmas albums to give away over Christmas.
The funny thing, we're singing Let It Snow. It's going to be 39 degrees on Saturday.
We're trying to get some of these Kylie Minogue CDs to give away over Christmas.
I heard that, and I said that'll be nice.
Yeah, good. All right.
It's interesting, though. She does say the weather outside is frightful.
Yeah.
Which can apply to both of her markets, the UK and Australia.
Of course it can.
They're covered in snow, and here cooking like
48
crazy.
degrees.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't win either way. All right, that'd be nice if we have some of those albums to give away before Christmas.
That's right. That's right. Not before Easter. A low of 15 degrees overnight. That's the forecast. Tomorrow, Tuesday, cloudy morning, thundery skies, a fine afternoon, top of 25.
Hello, Joan at Ormond.
Yes, hello.
Bruce and Phil.
Bruce and Phil.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to wish you both a very happy Christmas.
Thank you, John.
And I'd like
Joan.
to think that we might have a better New Year because I'm absolutely sick of those ones from Sydney. They are real idiots. I was listening to that Carl tonight carrying on about, you know, the environment and everything. And he's sort of going against everything else, you know, what the scientists say.
Mm-hmm.
And also Steve Price, I don't think he should be able to, what do you say, bring his program into Melbourne because the way that he runs down the Muslims is going to get us into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have enough trouble up in Sydney because of all these shock jocks, I'd say, like him,
Yes.
and we don't want them down here. And then I heard you talking about the ratings before. How do they do that? Is it through, you know, ringing people up?
Well, no, it's part electronic these days where people have a device fitted to the back of their radio, but it's also part done with a door-to-door diary that you fill in quarter hour by quarter hour and tick off the programs you're watching.
Yeah. Yes, I don't think that they're going to do very well from 7 or 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock.
No, we'll find out tomorrow,
I am
Jane.
damn sure they won't, Bruce and Phil.
All right, well,
And I do miss you coming on at 8.
yeah.
And also, I'd like to know what's going on over Christmas.
Well, we'll
Do
be
we
here.
have to put up with that Pat Moclair, whatever his name is, or do you come on Christmas Day and that?
And they will be with you Christmas Eve from 7 till midnight at the Maya Music Bowl. And Christmas night, we're on there with you for 6 hours, Joan.
And hello to Pat Moclair and Steve Price. Lois, good evening.
Hello, Brucey boy.
Yes, Lois.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
And Philip.
Yes, Lois.
Now, Brucey boy,
Yes, Lois.
I'm sending you a big parcel.
Oh, look. Oh, you're very generous.
Now, listen to me. Now, it's not for all you, it's for everybody.
Yes.
Can you sort it out and
Yes.
give it to the people?
Yes, I will.
And, and there'll be Christmas cards in there too.
Oh, that's marvellous.
I thought instead of sending them separate, put them all together and do it that way. So, I'm sorry I'm a bit late this year.
No, no, you're not. And greatly appreciated, and thank you.
And have a lovely Christmas.
And thank you, darling.
And, you and Joe and everybody.
Yes.
And Simon and Ken and Bianca, I've forgotten.
That's right.
I've forgotten Bianca for a card. So will you wish her all the best for me?
I will, definitely.
And thank you for your listening to me when I've had troubles.
That's all right, love. That's fine.
And can I thank Norma for her card she sent me? A lovely Christmas card. Thank you, Norma. I appreciate it.
Oh, you got friends everywhere, Lois.
All right, Lois, thanks for that. Lovely to hear from you at this late notice, and beautiful thoughts right through the year.
Yeah, we appreciate your Christmas message.
Thank you, Lois. Karen at Sunshine.
Hi, President Phil.
Hi, Karen.
Yeah, I've been sick the last few days and didn't go to work 2 days, and I missed the Christmas party.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I just wasn't up for it,
Oh.
so there's nothing I could do about it. But
Yeah.
always next year.
Yes, there might be a party on New Year's Eve for you.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, the best thing about Christmas you're talking about, I think it's just to recognise that it's Jesus, you know, the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
And it's all in the Bible, and, you know, the awareness of that, I think that's the best part. I love the carol. That's really lovely to listen to. And you'll be on from 7 to 12?
Yes, we'll be at the My Music Bowl on Christmas Eve, yes.
That'll be good. And I love New Year's Eve, too, all the fireworks and all that sort of thing. They go berserk around our area.
Do you? Most people loathe it.
Really? I know, I like that.
Yeah.
I like the fireworks.
And do you stay up? Do you stay up till midnight?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But I'm going to go out and watch this media show.
Oh, I'd love to be with you, Karen.
Could you be bothered?
Yes. I don't think it's going to happen till about 4 a.m.
Karen, why? You're going to get up early.
I probably won't see anything.
Yeah.
No, you won't see it.
Or maybe 5 shooting
Won't
stars.
see it.
I'll stay out there for 10 minutes. If I don't see anything, I'll just go to sleep.
Yes. I'd love to be there with you. We could count them together, Karen.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Have a thermos.
Oh, well, you know,
rot.
just look to the sky. All right, Karen, good luck.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you, Karen. 23 to midnight on 3AW. Graham at Watsonia.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, hi.
Well, I'd just like to say that the lady that was on just before was talking about Steve Price. Well, I think Steve Price and David Bolt, Andrew Bolt, very, very good.
Oh, yeah?
And I think that they know exactly what they're saying, and I think that the diggers would be rolling in their graves if they knew the way we were running the country at the moment, and we need to be forever vigilant. And so 3AW does a wonderful job. I always listen, and I love your program every time you're on. I listen all the time.
Thank you so much, Graham. That's lovely of you.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy the programs that precede us as well.
Oh, yes, I like all the programs on 3AW's talk back. It's very, very well done, and the news is great. And I really like Mr. Tardio.
Oh, yeah, Tony.
Okay, Graham, thank you very much indeed for that. 17 to midnight, and our number is 96900 693. If you get on now, there's a pancake parlour voucher up for grabs, and a couple of Bataki hams looming for you.
Great price.
96900 693.
Now, how do you feel about this? There was a story in the weekend paper that many customers feel intimidated by staff who have tattoos.
Oh, yes, I read that.
That they feel somehow threatened by people wearing tattoos. I wonder if it applies to you if you go into a barista or a Bunnings or somewhere and someone's covered in tattoos. Does it frighten you, or do you accept it?
The question is it accepted? And it doesn't worry me.
Yes. No, nor me, but obviously some people are a bit sensitive
That's
about
right,
it.
but it doesn't worry me.
No, I have no problem with it at all.
But does it, as a customer to a coffee shop or whatever you're buying, does that offend you?
According to the survey, most people found they preferred the tattoos to be non-tattooed. Most
Well,
customers.
in other
surveyed.
words, a bare arm. If you're having a non-tattoo, that's a bare arm.
They'd rather not be looking at tattoos.
John in Melbourne, good evening, John.
G'day, Bruce and Phil. How you doing?
Yeah, how do you feel about tattoos, John?
Look, I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really like them. Maybe I'm a bit old-fashioned because my dad was quite old when he had me, but I don't find them attractive. I mean, I'm just thinking what's going to happen in 20 years' time.
Yes. Yeah,
although Bruce and Phil, you should have tattoos. Come on. Why not?
We should have them. Remember the sailors in the 40s and 50s were all bled together on the arm? It never sort of had any distinguishing lines, did it? On the sailors.
Often there was a heart with the word mother inside the heart, wasn't there?
I remember there's a guy in Chapel Street who's a bouncer, actually, and he has a tattoo all over his face.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
No, I didn't like that.
Well, it's one of those things. I mean, I'm sure he enjoys it, but I wouldn't do that. Though.
No.
I wonder if he finds it hard to get employment because of it.
Well,
John.
he's working.
Well, he's a bouncer, so he's pretty happy.
What's the worry?
Yeah. Okay, well, unfortunately, a tattoo is non-removable, isn't it? You're stuck with it for life now, aren't you? Pretty well.
Well, you can always get those henna tattoos, Bruce and Phil. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure the Facebook page and Nightline was like a little temporary tattoo or something like that, just for New Year's or something.
Yeah.
Sounds like a transfer that washes off.
Hey, Johnny, hold on. We'll get you a pancake parlour voucher for a lovely afternoon tea at the Pancake Parlour.
Oh, thank you very much.
Open 24 hours at High Point, Doncaster and Malvern East. Just hold on for Kenny, if you would.
Thanks very much.
All right, just hold the line. Sue at Milton. Good evening, Sue.
Hi, how you going?
Hello again, Sue.
Yeah, how you going?
Good.
I just wanted to say a big thank you to all our grade sixes finishing school this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out for a grade 5, 6 or grade 6 day out today, and they were brilliantly behaved. And,
good on them.
finishing their primary school years and moving on to high school, and yeah, we had a great day.
What age are they, Sue?
Between 10 and 12.
Oh,
yeah.
lovely things.
Yeah.
Good on them.
And we went bowling to a movie and then laser tag, and yeah, they were great and had a great day. And I'd just like to say to all those grade sixes finishing primary school, have a great finish to the year and good luck for next year.
And it was their end of year day today.
Well, for us it was, but yeah, for most schools, no.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you'll miss them, won't you, Sue?
I will.
Yes.
But yes, no, I just wanted to say that to all the grade sixes finishing this year.
Right.
Good luck, and it's a big step for them.
Yeah, sure it is. And thank you for the work you've put in through the year for them. They'll love you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Sue.
All right, boys, have a great night.
Happy Christmas. Good night to you. It's Norma at Briar Hill.
Hi, Bruce and Phil.
Yes, Norma.
Look, I was a bit worried tonight because the new chap that came on at 8 o'clock, he was saying that he was going to be on for 4 hours.
What a clown of a man.
And I was a bit worried, and I thought, what's happening? But anyway, she came on. But look, what about the electricity supply sending out bills now before Christmas?
Oh, are they?
It's going to be paid by the 22nd. I thought, how lousy.
Gee.
That's mean, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's been good that you're there.
You got your message from Lois?
I did get the message from Lois.
All right,
Well,
good.
she's sounding very bright.
Yes, she is.
Yes. Okay.
All right, Norma. Merry Christmas if we don't talk to you again.
Okay. I'll get to you before Christmas.
I'm sure you will. Thank you for the year.
Okay.
Okay, love. Good night. Good night. 12 minutes to 12 on 3AW. Tuesday's weather. Low of 15 overnight, a high tomorrow of 25, a cloudy morning, thundery skies, and a fine afternoon is forecast.
Okay, now what do you think of New Zealand? Looks like by referendum they might be changing their flag.
I don't like the look of it.
It'll never happen here, I'm sure.
Oh, I hope not. At least it was a theme in New Zealand of the of the Union Jack.
It's very similar to the Australian flag.
It's sad that they've gone right away from that and they've stuck a wattle tree or something.
Yeah, you're very close. Yes, it's a Southern Cross silver fern.
Oh.
And it looks quite pretty, but
sad.
it's
Keep
not
the Union Jack and the red, white and blue there.
Not the flag they fought under, is it?
Yeah, well, it was the theme of the Anzacs, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's only a referendum, maybe it fought through.
I don't know, Key, what's his name? John Key, is it?
John Key's the Prime Minister.
He loves it over there. He's all for it.
Yes. Well, I don't think he'll influence the voters, will he? They're free to cast a vote either way.
Perhaps he will, perhaps he won't.
But will it ever happen here? Gosh, I hope not.
Oh, I hope not.
It'll be over my dead body.
Absolutely, and I think it will be.
I'd leave the country.
Would you?
Go and live in Cameroon or Borneo, perhaps, Bruce.
Let's all give in to this.
You'll never see me again, buddy.
Thank you so much. It's 11 to 12.
From Neglected Poems by Barry Humphries. A few words on Surface Paradise. I'm told that Surface Paradise was once a dismal hole. You could take the kiddies for a swim and never see a soul. There was just a lonely comfort station scribbled with obscenities. Now you can hardly see the sea for all the nice amenities. Lovely motels and mini-golf, Ansett air hostesses, double bay ladies on parade in Paula Stafford dresses. You're welcome to the Golden Coast to stretch out on your dry glows or read the Australasian Post on comfy poolside lilos. You can lie on the beach in an easy reach of your esky or your tranny, or share a jug of tuies with a mauve-rinsed, quick-tanned granny. We mostly go to Surface when we need a restful spell, and Norm and I always like to stay at the Beachcomber Motel. There are little shops nearby which sell all kinds of shells and gifts, and the theme from Dr. Zhivago murmurs softly in the lifts. The place is such a heavenly spot, I hope no one will ruin it. I only wish we'd had the sense to buy ourselves a unit, where the sun shines bright as silicon on the paradise beneath, on gold bikinis, golden thongs, and lots of golden teeth.
Copyright restricts distribution of this piece by any means of duplication.
Well, time for us to make ourselves scarce. An old expression you don't hear very often, do you?
No, we're going to vamoose.
And we're back tomorrow at 10 for Nightline. Thank you for your company. Making way for Alan Pearsall for Australia Overnight.
Thanks for what you've done tonight, Ken.
What?
Only 2 hours, but gee, you put a lot into it.
What?
Oh, I don't know, you're sweating like a pig out there.
Yeah, but what's he doing?
Oh, pressing buttons and laughing at my jokes.
So silly. It's all so Radio 1965. The sun will come up tomorrow, bet your bottom dollar, and Alan Pearsall will be along to greet that brand new day. Hope it's a wonderful day for you. Good night, Samuel, Carter, Amelia and Emily, Charlotte, Sweet Ella Grace, little William Oliver and Sophia Grace. See you after school tomorrow, kids.
Yeah, and good luck to everyone on what will be Ratings Day tomorrow.
And we shall see you at 10 tomorrow night for Nightline.
Good night, Bruce.
Good night, everyone. Now that's the way she went today.